Wakey.
Welcome back to I'll Make a Stay Out of You, the podcast where we schedule a time for an episode and actually record on that day. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
We did good.
That's true. Although you did want to do it yesterday, and I was like, nah, not going to happen.
Yeah, but you didn't decide that on the day, and we thought we were going to record that day. We decided that at least one day in advance, and I think that's progress. I call that progress.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're getting better at planning, less spontaneously.
That's true. And that for us, that's hard, right? I mean,
yeah. Look,
you'd think
I'm a spontaneous guy, all right? I don't like plans because then I have obligations to fulfill those plans. I would rather things just happen, you know?
Yeah. No, I get that, but after this episode, we will have been recording a podcast for a year. It's our anniversary.
That's true.
So,
our anniversary's coming up.
After a year of recording, I feel like maybe it's time to do a plan from time to time. I'm not saying we have to do it all the time.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to plan to record
bucket loads of episodes.
Yeah, some amount of content in advance in preparation for me being unavailable, for larger periods of time. So that is something that we'll have to talk about and consider and whatnot. But, speaking of sticking to plans, today we recorded a little bit differently. Well, not differently. Back
more
to
like
normal.
the same.
Yeah, back to normal, where we actually just watched all the content and did everything we were going to do that we're going to cover in the episode, and now we're recording after the fact. And I said before we started that, I'm going to open Notepad so that I can take notes,
Did you take notes?
I took 0 notes. Yeah, I didn't write a single thing down. So.
All right, okay. Well, I took notes, but as we were discussing earlier, they are handwritten notes. It's mostly just 1 or 2 words here and there. Let me check one.
Yeah.
This is spoilers. I wrote down plastic pants JYP.
Yeah, that's
so
why do you handwrite instead of typing it?
Because if I typed it, then I wouldn't know the inflection that I was trying to create.
Oh, right. Okay, I see. That's what you were saying earlier. Right.
Yeah. So if I'm like, if I write they ate food, I don't know okay, was I stoked about the fact they're eating food? But here I wrote food time with an exclamation point.
Yeah.
So I exclaimed it. Food time.
Nice. Okay. I understand.
Yeah.
I feel like you can type. I don't know. For me, it's just I hate writing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the way that I hold a writing utensil, a pen or a pencil. I start cramping up really easily. So my hand does,
Yeah, I mean, I never handwrite things now.
Yeah,
everything is typed. But
I try not to.
I don't know. For whatever reason, when we started recording this, I wrote things with my actual pen.
I'll just type.
What are you gonna do?
I prefer.
Apparently, you won't type it. And what I told Jeanette was the other reason is that I feel like it uses 2 different parts of my brain, and that the space needed for me to concentrate on typing something is in use when I'm reading subtitles and watching the show. So I just felt like, I just couldn't imagine doing all of it at once. So I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to write it down with my handwriting. And it did work. I took a lot of notes. Will they help me? Will they keep us on track? I don't know. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about what we watched today.
Oh, that's true. Well, today we watched something.
Finding SKZ God Edition.
That's right, episode 2.
Episode 2. We finished the War of the Gods.
Right, and if you remember from last episode, we ended on the cliffhanger of finding out whether it was Bong-chan or Changbin that won the dance competition.
Yes, they had a dance competition.
Right.
I mean, we had a pretty good idea who won because Changbin was just freestyling. He didn't know the dance, but Bong-chan was actually doing the choreo. So,
right.
I had a good idea of who was going to win that, actually. So, so spoilers, Bang Chun won. He got another win in the bank. At this point, we had Changbin, Sungmin, Han, and Bang Chun had 2. He won 2 gods so far. Then they ate food.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they went down to a little meeting room. They had all the food that they had ordered in the last episode. Okay, about the food they ordered. We'll talk about the actual war. Bang Chan just ordered what appeared to me to be just like 8 Gatorades. Like it said he ordered juice. He was like, I ordered juice, and I was like, okay, let's say it's not Gatorade. It looked like Gatorade. I thought it was Gatorade in the preview from the last episode, but let's just say it's juice. Why the fuck would that be your go-to? And I get that he ordered 8 of them. So he was probably just like, I'll just buy everyone the drinks and we'll share. So I get that, but I'm like, the challenge was to order food and you ordered no food.
Yeah, I guess. Mm-hmm. He's looking out for his boys, man.
I know.
He's the leader.
You're right. They probably needed to rehydrate after all that lovely dancing, and he knew that they needed to wash down their delicious food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there anything else in the food that I thought was weird? I don't think so.
One of them, I forget who it was, had a big ass bowl of something. I don't know what he was eating. Oh, was that? I don't know who it was, but was that the tteokbokki maybe that guy had?
Yeah,
it was just a big ass bowl.
Hyunjin had a big ass bowl of tteokbokki. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I bet it tasted good. I bet
it did. I bet it tasted better than your local Korean restaurant.
That's probably extremely correct.
You know what though?
I want to go to Korea now. So
well, you know what I could
wrap
do.
this up. I'm gonna go buy some plane tickets and we'll be on our merry way.
Well, just imagine this. Imagine you're recording a podcast,
yes.
and then just close your eyes. You're recording a podcast.
Okay,
imagine,
okay.
Just picture. All right, picture.
Wait, let me bring the microphone closer. Okay.
Okay. Yes, very close. Yes. Okay. You're recording a podcast. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you're talking to your friend about tteokbokki.
Okay.
And you have tteokbokki in the freezer.
Oh.
And your wife is listening to you record the podcast.
Oh.
And she could make it right now.
I like.
Wouldn't that be amazing? What if it showed up before the end of the recording?
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
However,
all right. Anyway,
I have to end this fantasy now because that does not apply to me.
Are you saying that Anna would not make tteokbokki for you? I think she would.
No. I think she would. She would if she could, but she can't because we don't, and she's not. So therefore, it won't.
Don't, can't, won't, doesn't matter. Okay, all right, fair enough. Okay, so the actual winner of the war
hang on.
with the
Babe!
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, is she actually gonna come up? She's gonna be like, "What are you doing? Why are you shouting?"
She'll probably just message me in a second and be like, "What the fuck was it?"
What do you mean? Why are you
Morticia is typing, dude. You good?
Oh no, that's a problem. That's good. All right. Anyway, the winner was the member who spent the most money, and that was Lino. He got money for spending all the dollar bills. I actually wrote down he spent 52,000 won, which is like $52. Which also means that Bang Chen, I think his was 12,000, so he spent like $12. Like,
yeah. On some juice.
On some juice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The next war that they did, so they had a little mukbang, and then they had their next challenge, which was to listen to sounds and determine which was the real sound and which was the fake sound.
What's crazy to me is right before they switch to this, they're like talking about what the other ones might be, and out of nowhere, Bang Chan goes, "Ghost."
Yeah, he just guesses it immediately. He's like, "Yeah, it's this." Yeah, totally bizarre. I was like really blown away by it. I'll tell you, I could have said something while we were watching, but I didn't. I wrote down my own answer for every one of these things, and turns out I got them all right.
Nice.
One of them I second guessed myself, and when I changed it to the right one. So I was like, "Oh, nice! I did it! I made it!" All right, you're gonna have to give me 1 second. I gotta kick my cat out of the office. He's licking. He's eating. He's eating a.
Get him out of there.
He's eating a rice cake chip.
No.
He's eating a rice cake chip.
Chip.
It's kind of like popcorn.
What is it? Is it a cake or a chip?
It's a rice. He likes it. He's enjoying it. I'll leave him. He's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Sure. I believe you.
So the first thing they had was a car sound, which I felt like was pretty obvious because like when you actually hear an exhaust sputtering, like it's real. Like you can tell. So that one was easy for me. But the Stray Kids scream, a Stray Kids member's scream was the second one. And everybody thought it was IN, and I heard it. And literally, when I heard the first scream, I was like, that's Changbin. I think I said it out loud, but I don't know if it was loud enough for anyone to hear. I was just like, that's Changbin. And everybody else was like, it's IN. IN is the one screaming. And I was like, no, that's definitely... He has that graveliness in his voice. Like, I know his voice by this point. I know it's Changbin. And then everybody thought it was the second one. They thought it was IN, and then it was the second one. And it turns out the second one was a marmot. It was an animal going, ah! Ah!
Yeah.
All right, now I have to let the cat out.
Oh, okay. Because you scared it with your marmot noise? Oh. And now we wait for Phil to get back. Will he leave this segment in the recording? Who knows? No one will know
all right.
except for Phil.
Right. Hold on, let me get my headphones back on.
And us when we find out later.
Oh, I'm back already.
Hello. Welcome back.
Hi. I'm going to use a new editing software to edit our podcast for this episode.
Yeah.
So I'm going to it automatically translates and transcribes our words.
Right.
So I'm just going to say something that I wouldn't say otherwise so that I can find this spot again.
Okay.
Everything I think of, I don't want to do.
I was like, I'm waiting for it.
I was just going to be like, Scooby-Doo. I felt like that was going to be...
What? Scooby-Doo?
It's unlikely to come up otherwise. Why would we bring it up?
So I was
honestly.
Oh,
go ahead. No, tell your story. Go
ahead. You remember that party that I went to where I dressed up as a scene kid?
I remember that.
Well, when I was shopping around for that outfit, I did find a Scooby-Doo sweater that I really wanted to buy, but I was like, no, I'm not here for that. I'll come back for you later, and I haven't gone back for it yet. So
you haven't gone back for it?
No,
man, treat yourself. All right.
Yeah.
I do like Scooby-Doo. I tried really hard to get Logan into it because he likes spooky things, and I think he'd really enjoy it. And he liked watching it. There was like a week there where we were like mega into it, and he would like be like, I want to watch Scooby-Doo. That's what I want to watch this morning while I'm having my yogurt. Scooby-Doo time. And still, like, we took the kids to a toy store today, which did not go great because we were like, we're gonna go to a toy store, they're gonna have a great time, and then we're gonna go and get like burgers at this place in town called Phil's Ice House, and they have a playground outside, so like the kids can just go nuts, play, see a bunch of other kids, and then eat a burger and go home, right?
Yeah.
And we got to the store, and like as we're like walking up to it, Logan's just like, I don't want to walk. And I'm like, you're 5. You're 5. Okay, you're gonna walk. And he was like, I can't do it. And so I was just like, oh my God. He weighs like 40 pounds now. Okay, like it's hard to carry him. All right, hard carry it. Let it go now. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna play that right now. So I carried him. I buckled all the way to where we got towards the doors, like through the parking lot. And I got him to the doors, and I was like, all right, you have to walk now. We'll go see the toys. And he was like, all right. And so he walked, held my hand, and walked around, found like a kaleidoscope he liked. He was like, this is awesome. I want this. And then he found like a cool like science experiment kit. He's super into science, and he wanted to do this weather science experiment kit. So he got it. And once we picked out the 2 toys that he was like, oh yeah, these are mine. And he was like, okay, I need you to pick me up again. And I was like, no, buddy, I'm not. You have to walk. When you go to school, you're going to have to walk all the time. So Papa's not going to be there to carry you. You got to walk everywhere, okay? And he was like, but my tummy hurts. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, my tummy hurts. It hurts. And I was like, where does it hurt? And he was like, it's like right here. And he like pointing at his tummy. And I was like, okay, like, does it feel like you need to vomit? And he was like, yeah, I think so. And I was like, do we need to go? And so I picked him up, and then he was like, oh, I feel better right now.
Oh my God.
And I'm
that
like,
little bastard.
Right. Okay. That is an understandable reaction. But for like his whole life, even when he's sick, he doesn't like to say it. He won't say that he feels bad. He won't say like, oh, my head hurts. Like Michelle can pop a knuckle and she'd be like, ooh, my finger, Papa, Mama, my finger made a sound. It hurts. Can you kiss it? Right. But Logan's just never been that kid. Like if he got really hurt, he'll come to us and he'll like need our help and stuff. But if it's just something small or internal, he just won't say anything. And then we'll just be like, hey man, it feels like you have a fever. And we'll take his temperature and we're like, do you feel sick? Like what? Why didn't you say anything? Uh-huh. And like he's gotten sick a couple times and had to throw up, and like he doesn't report it to us like Michelle does. But we were out there and he said like, my tummy hurts and it only feels better when you're carrying me. And I'm like, okay, it would make sense if he was being manipulative, but at the same time, like on the off chance that he's not, what am I teaching him if I go, no, fuck it. You're lying to me. Yeah. I don't believe you the one time that you tell me that you're not feeling good. So I said, right. I'm just going to carry him. So I carried him through the rest of the store, and I got Jeanette to get a basket, and I put his stuff in the basket, and Michelle got to pick out this cute little bunny toy set. I don't remember what it's called. Calico Pals, Calico something. I don't know. But okay. She loves it. Yeah, it's like this like famous brand of toys. They're expensive, but Jeanette, like, we had talked about, we've gone to this toy store a bunch of times. It's like a famous toy store in Austin, and we've gone there a bunch of times. And every time we walk past that, she's like, oh man, I always wanted these as a kid. I think they got some as like hand-me-downs, but they're expensive, so they didn't get a lot. And she like loved them and wanted to have them and couldn't wait till Michelle would want them. And every time we've gone to that store, and we go there like at least like twice a year to have the kids like look around, look for Christmas stuff, and then look for birthday stuff. But like every time we've gone there, we're like, hey Michelle, what do you think? And she's like, nah, I want that. And then so it just never works out to being like the thing that Jeanette wants her to be into. Yeah. But this time it did. She was like, I want this, and she loved it. She got home, we got home and played with it. But because Logan was feeling bad, we got him to the car, and I was still carrying him, and I was like, so what do you think? Do you think we should just go home? Like to him, I was like asking, like, are you okay? You want to go home? And he was like, yeah, I think I want to go home. And it's like, okay, like now I'm double not second guessing my decision to carry him around, because like he loves cheeseburgers and he loves playing with kids on playgrounds. So for him to turn those down to be like, no, I just need to go. Yeah. It's like shocking. And I think ultimately what happened was he didn't eat a lot for lunch. Like he was like, forget what he was. He found a new science show on Netflix. Like we found a new science show on Netflix that he was checking out, and it's like brain science stuff. And so he's like super into it. He's like, oh, this is super super cool. And so he was just distracted and wouldn't eat, and we like turned it off and then had him sit down and we're just like, okay, just sit and eat. You got to eat your food. And he ate like a couple bites, but really didn't eat a lot. And then he didn't have like a big snack after it. So we're like on our way, and I gave him some raisins, but he hardly ate any of them until we got back in the car after the toy shop. And then like he ate all the raisins that were left in his little raisin box. And by the time we got home, he was like, "Oh, you know what? I feel better right now." And I'm like, he was just hungry. He just like was way too hungry. So
yeah.
Lesson learned, I guess. Anyway, calico critters. That's what they're called. Jeanette says. Yeah. So, that was the marmot. Yes. Ah!
Yes, the marmot.
So that was a pretty good one. The next one was a chicken, then a human laugh, which did not sound too human, but I still guessed it because the other one didn't sound anything like a human.
Yeah, I mean the first one, it was clearly a human laugh because of how unusual it is, you know?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The next one was a mosquito, one of which was a real mosquito, and the other was Felix the mosquito. and I think I told you this while we were watching. I was like, "Hey, that mosquito sound, that's in our intro song."
Yeah,
you'll hear it. I think you'll hear it the next time. Is that like it's like as the siren is sounding, you start to hear the siren go up. Mm-hmm. You'll hear Felix going. Like
okay,
it's in there, so you'll see. Okay. Then they did the sound of rain, and during that, Hyunjin was like, "I have been listening to ASMR for 2 years, and it is definitely number 2." Or no, he said it's definitely number one.
Yeah.
And like 2 other members were like, "All right, we're gonna depend on Hyunjin." And see if we can win, if we can get past to this next thing. And Bang Chun was the only one who was like, "No, I'm gonna go with number 2." And Bang Chun won. He was right, which means Hyunjin was wrong. And the other members were like, "Hey, you've been doing ASMR for 2 years, huh?" And he was like, "All right, I'm never listening to ASMR again."
Yeah,
I stopped now.
I forgot what they were supposed to be listening for, and because I got like focused on somebody said something about grilling meat and how it it sounds like grilling meat, and I was like, yeah, the first one does sound like you're frying something in a pan or something. So I was like it's definitely number 1. Bang Chan's wrong, but it was because it was rain and not frying it. So I was like, oh well, I was right about it being frying or cooking.
Yeah.
So I would have been right if that were.
Yes, you're right. If that was the game, if that was that answer, you would have been right.
Spot on.
But Bang Chan became the god of senses. So that's Bang Chan's 3rd win in the War of the Gods.
Yeah.
So they moved on to the 8th and final war.
I was thinking the 8th god would be the god of gods, and it would be the god who had the most gods.
Yeah, but you can't make the whole point of this whole thing is to make them wear the silly outfits, right? So
right.
It would be hard to fit one person into multiple outfits, I think. A knock's at the door. Hello, come in.
Oh, is it the tteokbokki?
Oh my goodness, I've got tteokbokki delivery. Well, I just imagined it and it came true.
Yeah. You just put it out into the universe.
No, I split it in half.
Okay. Wow, this is a lot. Oh, thank you. I just had to kick him out.
I know. It hurt.
There's 2 spoons in here.
Well, that doesn't help me.
Oh, one's a fork. Sorry.
I didn't decide which one you would like, so I just gave you both.
Fair enough. Jeanette said she couldn't decide which one I would like, so she got me both.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I just put it out into the universe, and somehow she knew. She knew that it was time.
Yeah. Somehow it was
had this in our freezer for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it's good. But try not to enjoy it too much because we are recording a podcast here and we need to get this moving along.
Holy fuck! It's so hot. It's so spicy. What the fuck?
Oh no!
Why did I do this? This is a bad idea.
You are white.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe the kind you had was weak. This is It's fucking so spicy. Oh my god.
Yeah,
All right.
mine wasn't. It wasn't. No, it was not spicy at all.
Okay. Okay, so the next thing was that they had to make drink some water here. Oh Jesus.
This isn't a Hot Ones episode, right? We're just trying to get some K-pop content out into the universe. Just like your desire for tteokbokki at 10 p.m.
Yeah, well, so
Uh-huh.
I also had sushi for dinner too, so I'm just like, I didn't need another dinner, but here we are. So the 8th war was to make the members laugh, and the thing I wrote down here was that there was a warning as IN left, and it was like, warning, unusual. And I was like, what?
Unusual content.
Yeah, this is unusual content. This is gonna get weird.
Yeah.
And it did. Bangchan. Oh yeah, while IN was getting ready, Bangchan played the. He tried to do the age app again, like face app, guessing the age.
Oh, did he?
And he got 32 again. Like Hyunjin laughed at him because he was like, he got 32 again. He was like trying to make faces and trying to trick it, but no.
Nice.
So IN came back. He was bald in a wig. A lot of people laughed, but not everyone. And he like did a good job of like acting it to try and like make them laugh more.
Yeah.
Thought that was a smart idea. Worked for him.
Do you want to go through all of them or just summarize it?
I wanted to kind of give like that. Okay, he did that and got some laughs. Han dressed up as like a weird Freddie Mercury and then didn't know the lyrics to We Will Rock You, so instead he was like I
was thinking, does he not know the lyrics, or is he just making noise for like copyright reasons? But then they sang
they sang
the
it.
chorus,
they sang the
so.
actual We Will Rock You part,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Yeah. Bangchan came in blindfolded, wearing a yellow bodysuit. Being a video game character, most people laughed. He got a bunch of laughter. But then Lino shows up immediately after. He did not want to follow it up. He shows up and he put on the bald wig, taped his face in weird ways, like drew some different, like some changes to his eyebrows, and also blacked part of his tooth. And then was just like he barely moved, and literally members were rolling on the floor. And I think it's the disparity between like him being goofy like that and how like he normally is that really got them all. But after that, like they had laughed as much as they could. So basically everybody else who went after that just got hugs.
Yeah, I feel like it was just
them.
like it was fatigue at that point.
Right?
You know?
Yeah, they had laughed too much.
But also, maybe just like they all got the same. They all went into the same room with the same props and stuff. So after so many people had come out and shown stuff,
right? They know what props.
They
are
know
there.
what's
They're
there.
not
It's just kind of like whatever. Maybe if they had all been given different prompts, that may have had a different result.
Yeah, true. That makes sense.
Is it good? Other than being too spicy for you?
It's it's good. Oh, it sneaks up on you though. The spices. Oh my god, why?
Yeah.
Why did I do this? Okay, so they had to vote. The members voted, and Lino won the 8th god. And they then went through and revealed all of the outfits. I'm dying. I gotta have some water. Did I make a mistake?
Yeah. Although I think it's good that we get this like recorded.
Oh, God.
Just how white you really are.
It's not bad. I'm okay with the spice. Like the thing is that like I don't mind the burn. It's that it does. You know what I mean?
I watched a TikTok earlier today that I will send you.
Okay.
I think it applies to this situation.
Okay, all right.
I'm not going to send it to you right now because I have to find it, but yeah.
Right.
I'll send it to you later.
Yeah, you know what happened to me earlier is that there was a TikTok that I wanted to show Jeanette, and it was a TikTok that I had watched earlier in the day, and I opened up TikTok, and it literally had a pop-up being like, hey, here's how to view your history, and I was like, dismiss, and then I was like, wait, I wanted to view my history, and I started tapping all over the app, and I was like, I can't figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
I could view my likes, but I apparently am very stingy with those. What are you gonna do?
Really?
Yeah, I think part of it is that I'm scared because I've curated my.
You're scared to help the algorithm?
Yeah, the algorithm is now perfect. I don't want to fuck it up. Like, I get the perfect amount of content that is and is not Stray Kids, because it's like 90% Stray Kids, and then every once in a while somebody being like, hey, here's a joke, and I'm like, awesome. This is perfect.
Really?
It's the best. Yeah, I've gotten myself. Look, the guy who's like, here's something I wish I knew before I was 30. I don't get him anymore. It's great. It's awesome. I love it. Because, like, he was funny the first time, but then every single time I was on my For You page because I liked it once, it was like, hey, do you want to see that same series 100 more times? And I'm like, no, I liked it once. It's fine. Yeah, anyway, I was able to find it just by searching, luckily, but Jesus, what if I didn't? So that's just typical me, just swiping and being like, fuck it, I don't want that information. Oh, I need that information.
Yeah.
The best outfit among them is the JYP outfit because it's such a callback.
Yeah.
In our first episode, like the All About K-Pop episode,
right,
I had talked to you about how JYP had pushed the boundaries of television because he came onto an award show wearing these plastic pants to kind of like protest that like he can wear plastic pants that show his underwear, but he can't wear an earring on TV because of the regulations. So like it's like this famous thing, and he's recreated it over the years. Like they've like had other award shows, and he comes on, he wears the plastic pants. It's like a thing, right? It became a thing. So people know that about him. And then of course, the JYP god, Bangchan, is using that outfit. It's just literally a white t-shirt and plastic pants.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. And he gave it to Hyunjin. So if all things go as planned, we get to see his legs. Yeah.
His legs.
Ooh, yeah. He's got the longest legs in Stray Kids, all right? He's the tallest member.
Is that okay.
Everybody knows that.
Sure. Everybody knows that.
I saw it. I saw a TikTok today, and this person was like, the thing about Changbin is that he is perfect in every way, and there's nothing about him that is wrong or bad, and he's in no way insufficient. In fact, he chooses to be 5'6". If he wanted if he wanted to be, he could be 6'1", but he doesn't want to be because he's perfect as he is. So he just doesn't need to. He doesn't need to.
Wait, Changbin is 5'6"?
Yes, he's the shortest member.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
what?
I literally saw a photo shoot, and like he had combat boots on to give him like a huge lift, and then he was like back against the backdrop, and Hyunjin was like, you could tell from the shadow a little bit that Hyunjin was just like a foot or two closer to the camera so that their heads would be at the same height.
Right.
Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah. Pretty good. 5'6". He's a little guy. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Look, all of Stray Kids are pretty short. I mean, the tallest member is Hyunjin, and he's what, 5'10". So, everybody else is shorter than that. Doesn't matter who. Just the shortest member happens to be 5'6". But that's okay. He has power. Okay?
Yeah.
He is the definition of a short king. Okay.
I mean, yeah, sure. He is.
Yeah.
He's not that short though.
He's not that short. There are shorter people.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if there are shorter people in K-pop. Maybe there probably are, but like normally they go for it. There's like a certain height range.
He chooses to be 5'6".
Right, he chooses to be 5'6" because, like, his talent is so great. He can control the size of his body. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Anyway, yeah. So they get a call from Jarvis, and we actually almost stopped watching the episode. Whoops. It seemed like it was a preview for next week, and then Jeanette started like just blowing up my phone, being like, "Babe, it's not. There's 10 more minutes. It can't be the preview." And I'm like, I don't know. I think I like looked ahead at the thumbnails, and I was like, looks like this is all stuff that happens on the next week, so we could skip it.
Yeah.
And it turns out I was wrong. They got a call from Jarvis, the production staff, who said that if you're not happy with your outfit, good news, you are going to be able to compete to switch outfits with another member. So cool. Gonna go great. So they warp to another day, and they are having a sports day where they get to do, they're gonna do all kinds of weird sports challenges, and the winner will get to swap outfits. I don't know if it's the winner of every competition or if it's just the winner overall, but we'll find out. There was one game we got to see, which was it was basically like musical chairs but with shoes. They were all listening to their songs, walking in a circle around them, and then when the music stopped, they have to shove their foot into a shoe, and whoever doesn't get a shoe is left out. Right? Musical chairs but with shoes.
Yeah.
Best part at the very beginning is that Bang-chan eliminated himself because he was so happy he got a shoe that he was walking around and pretending to play soccer and being like, woo, woo, and he did a kick just a little bit too hard, and that shoe went flying off and went over the bushes. So they just eliminated him. The members were ruthless. They said, nope, he doesn't have a shoe, so he doesn't get to compete. And he had to go sit down. Yeah, it was pretty great. Changbin was pretty fierce. He was holding up the line. He was trying lots of trickery, getting in the middle, all kinds of stuff. But eventually, he was also eliminated. It came down to a finale between Sungmin and Lino, and nobody thought Sungmin was even going to be able to put up a fight. Look, Lino is a strong man, okay? And he is known to be, well, I don't know if he actually is. He's considered to be like vicious, like he will destroy you, right? Boxer is his song, right? Because he, anyway, he'll give you a look that will kill you. That's what I mean. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. And Sungmin put up a good fight. Like, the music stopped, and it wasn't like Lino put his foot on the shoe and it was over. Like, they kicked it out of the circle, chased it down. They were all over each other. They kicked it further away from each other, and Lino ran over to it. Sungmin runs in and slide tackles him, knocks him down. And then he's like, oh, like Lino like falls over, and he's like, are you okay? Like, Sungmin's like, sorry, are you all right? And what was it? Was it Changbin who was like, he could be faking? And then Lino stood up, put his foot in the shoe, and was like, I was fine the whole time. So he won a benefit. We don't know what that benefit is. And then the episode ended.
Yes.
So, yeah. It was a good time. I mean, like, I'm enjoying these. I think they go by pretty quick, even though they're an hour long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're just fun. They're entertaining. It's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Just gonna get some tteokbokki. Fuck. I'm gonna put some tteokbokki in my mouth there. Oh. So, Tom, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean,
that's good.
I'm not doing too bad, I suppose.
Yeah. Have you listened to any of Go Live?
Yeah.
In the last...
Have you? I listened to a little bit. Not as much as I should have, I suppose. But yeah.
What'd you listen to? Let's hear it. Because, like you said, you wanted to wait to decide what your favorites were from the album. And so I'm on the edge of my seat. I've been on the edge of my seat for like a week. Yeah.
Right. Man, I don't
You still
know.
don't know?
Yeah, I
It's
don't know.
hard. It's a hard choice. There's a lot of good songs on there.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the safe choice is obviously God's Menu, right? But there's a lot of good songs in there. Haven, love that Haven, so good.
Yeah. How about this? I will tell
Mm-hmm.
you. I'll give you a definitive answer next episode.
Oh shit! You heard it here first, folks. Everybody, buckle up. Tom's coming for you.
We should write that down because I will forget.
Yeah, what Jeanette knows, and she doesn't forget things like I do, so she'll remember.
Can Jeanette give me daily reminders to listen to Stray Kids and pick a favorite song, and then
I mean, yeah, she can, and she'll do it. Don't think she won't. She'll do it.
Don't sign her up for something she doesn't want to do. You don't know.
She just messaged and said, "LOL, okay." So I guess we're gonna do it. All right, every day. Yeah, it's gonna be good. What we should do is we'll play WoW over the next few days. We're playing World of Warcraft again. I'm sorry, world.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a very reluctant decision to come back, but I think it's good.
It's time.
Right? Yeah,
it's time. Yeah,
it's just good that we all are kind of doing something together again, instead of just kind of, I don't know, not doing.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about it. I mean,
Right.
maybe there's some stray boos out there who also are into World of Warcraft. Maybe they'll join us. I don't know.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
They could already join us on Discord at discord.gg/inconceivable.
That's true.
But only if they listen to the end of this episode. And I've been thinking about this because I was like, I was listening to another person's podcast, and they put like all their social links like in their episode notes, and I was like, we could do that. But then I was like, no. You know what? Like the people who are hardcore and make it all the way to the end, they get the invite. How about that?
Okay.
Is that smart? I don't know. Sometimes you think of something in the moment and you're like, this makes sense. And then it turns out it's a terrible idea. Like one of the podcasts that I've been listening to is called It's Probably Not Aliens. They debunk ancient aliens. And
Right.
And for like the first 10 episodes, they were like, hey, don't rate us 5 stars. Rate us 4 stars. We want to be the most 4-star rated podcast on iTunes. And then like 10 episodes in, they're like, you know what? We were wrong. Don't do that. Give us 5 stars, please. So, sometimes in the moment you think you're making a fun goof. You think you're making the right choice, and maybe you're wrong. Maybe it's the right thing to do to just invite whoever listens to one episode of the podcast.
Here's what I say to that. Who gives a shit? Nothing matters.
Oh.
So, we can do it however we want. We can put the links in the audio or in the description. Or we can do both,
right.
Or we can do none.
It's true. We could do any of those things
Yeah.
or all of them.
Yeah.
Depending
on how we feel. Also, if we only do it one time, say hypothetically, we only put it in, when are we recording tonight? 43?
42.
42?
No, 43. You're right. It's 43. Oh my God. Yeah.
So you put it in the description of 43. If you're looking at episode 43, depending on how many we do after 43.
Yeah, you just want to point people back to 43.
You're probably
listening.
listening.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It's 43 not going to be anybody's first episode? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think when the We Are OT8 episode came out, so many people just skipped straight to that one, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, this was fun. I really like Finding Stray Kids. We are getting through it pretty quickly, and we only have 2 more episodes of it before I think we're moving on to the next album. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And we're only, I think, something like 6 episodes from Kingdom. How does that make you feel?
That's pretty nice.
That's
crazy.
It is really, because literally this time last year we were making episodes where I was telling you about like things that were like vaguely saying things are happening on Kingdom, and we're like 6 weeks away from watching it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know. That seems so nuts to me, but that's where we are.
Yeah.
Man, I think we're going to start it before we actually go to the concert. Oh man.
Wow.
I think you're going to like it a lot. It's a survival show, so I think that you're going to like that a lot. It's going to be very reminiscent of the survival show.
Right.
But yeah, a little different because you get
survival show.
And you're going to get to see like 5 other boy groups.
Oh.
So that's going to be interesting.
But
right?
I don't care about them. So
yeah. I have thoughts about that, which I can't share with you right now because I saw somebody on a YouTube. I was watching, I always watch reactions, the Stray Kids reactions, and I was watching one, and this person said something about like how they were watching Kingdom. They watched Kingdom, but they were like, well, I didn't really pay that much attention to Stray Kids at the time, and so now I'm trying to watch their stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? How did you? And it just, maybe they didn't watch the actual show and they just watched the music videos that came out on YouTube, and that's possible, and I could let that slide. But like, if you watched the show, like I watched every segment of every boy group. I got to know a lot of boy groups from watching it. I'm like, how did you not? Like, I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, we'll get there. It's gonna be good.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Felix. You know what? Maybe I'll tell you this.
Okay.
Because when is Mother's Day? Is this episode going to come out after Mother's Day?
When is Mother's Day?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. You tell me, man. I don't know these things. Mother's Day 2022. Sunday, May 8th. So it's coming up. Not this Sunday, but the one after.
Well, I knew it was coming. So I ordered something for Jeanette. I placed an order today, which is not going to get here in time. So, whoops, sorry.
Uh-oh.
But they are earrings that have like a little portrait that hang from them. I already got her earrings. I got her like Lee-Bit earrings, which is like the Lino earrings. But I got her these 2 earrings. One of them has, and it's like photo cards, like mini photo cards inside them. And one of them has Lino from Get Cool. And the other one has Felix from Blueprint, I think. So I think she's going to love it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that's going to be cool. Wait. Yeah, that was on Go Live, right?
Yes,
I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blueprint is on Go Live, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. I was like, wait a minute. Did I reveal a spoiler? Oh no.
Like Jeanette potentially did. Well, she did, but I didn't hear it. What was that? A couple days ago?
Yeah, it was a couple days ago. She said what the current single is off the most recent album out loud in chat, and then I was like, Tom's in here, you can't say that. She was like, oh, whoops. And then you were like, what? So it worked out perfectly.
No, Anna was like, he didn't hear that.
Oh, yeah, she did say that. Yeah, she said he didn't hear that. And that's when you said, what? That's good. You were busy making spreadsheets, I assume.
Yes, yeah. I've been very busy lately doing my math.
Yeah,
typing out numbers, finding cell ranges. You want to see what I got? It's pretty. I made an alchemy calculator.
You can show me, but you show me after we're done recording this episode.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
All right, well, let's let everybody else get that hell out of here. We'll see you next week. We will. I'm gonna eat more tteokbokki, and hold on, before I say bye-bye, I'm just going to take some tteokbokki. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.